Greetings, Eric Becker, the naturopath from New Zealand. How are you all going out there? You having a good summertime in the Northern Hemisphere? Because we've got winter down here and I love it. We've had it too hot last summer and it's nice to get a bit of cold. Now, what are you going to do if you go to the doctor and you've got a problem and you know you've got a problem, but the doctor thinks you're crazy? The doctor thinks you need antidepressants because it's all in your head. It's not in your gut, it's all in your head. This is an all too common scenario I've heard from hundreds, if not over 1,000 or more patients over the years. This is what happened to me when I was in my 20s. I was told I was a nut job. I needed psychiatric help. I was told only women get Candida because it's not a men's problem. So I quickly started to realize that the doctor had a mental health problem, not me. I thought, I can't talk to this guy, he's a dummy. So then I realized I had to leave the medical clinic and basically, find help myself, try and read books in the library. Because when I was sick, there was no internet, no Google, nothing like that. I had to really chase things up. So I went to the library, started reading books, and then I visited a few naturopaths, and I found one I could really gel with, a lady that made a lot of sense. She actually said stuff that wasn't really completely off the wall, like some people say. So, and that got me reading in some books on yeast, infection. The book by Dr. William Crook, The Yeast Connection, I started to read that. And I started to realize that there are a lot of other people out there that experience the same things that I do. I did at the time. And that gave me confidence in thinking I wasn't completely crazy, that all the sensations I was having, all the weird little, muscle tremors and all the crazy feelings of depression and anxiety I was feeling, and the mind-numbing brain fog and the blurry vision and all of the things that the doctor couldn't see. Nothing could be seen. So, of course, if they can't see it, then you must be hallucinating. You must be on drugs or something. So the thing is, if you don't get support from a medical doctor, that's fine. Find someone else that you can get support with, but don't be angry or pissed at the doctor. There's no point being like that. Medical people are very good people when it comes to their training. Okay, they're trained usually for emergency response, for acute care. They are good at certain types of chronic disease, but when it comes to functional disorders, so, when you've got a dysfunction with the body, they're pretty lousy at those kind of conditions. And many of them will put up their hand and admit that, you may be better off seeing somebody else. So there's no point getting upset or angry with the GP. Just leave the office, and thank the doctor for his or her help, and go and find someone else. You're best to go really to an integrative medical doctor. So this will be a medical professional who's had training, on the areas that I've been involved in now for decades, functional and integrative medicine. So to be a good practitioner in this field, you need a solid grasp of medical science. You need to understand about pharmaceutical medicine. You need to understand about how they treat people, their paradigm basically. And then you extend on top of that and you get training in various aspects of diet and nutrition and psychology and herbal medicine, aspects like that. And if you're really keen, you'll also get some instructions in structural medicine, so understanding what chiropractors or osteopaths or acupuncturists do. Most people respond really well when they see someone who uses a multi-factorial approach, someone who uses several approaches at once and will use the most appropriate one for you, the patient, at that point in time. And that could mean more psychological help, it could mean more structural help, or it could mean more, biochemical help. And these doctors do exist out there. I've seen some on YouTube. There are many good doctors out there that are keen to help people just like you. But you have to track them down. And you'll find them often through associations. So I'm not sure what country you're in right now watching this video, whether you're in Timbuktu or Iceland or on Mars or Venus or wherever you live, but wherever you are, there will be an institute in your country of doctors or physicians that have trained, in functional integrative medicine, meaning they've got medical science and they've got a natural approach and they try and marry them both. And this is probably the kind of doctor that you really want to find. Failing that, you need to find a high-level naturopath or someone like me who's just worked as a naturopath for a long, long time, who's got a reasonably good skill set that can help you or refer you on to somebody else. But there's no point getting upset with the doctor. The doctor will only work in his or her field at a certain level, and beyond that, it's beyond their scope. That's just how it is. So if you want natural treatment, don't go to a medical clinic. Okay, if you want to buy vegetables, don't go to a butcher, because you're probably not going to get, zucchinis and, cauliflowers amongst all the steaks there. Okay, if you get my point, go to the right person, seek that person down, ask people, talk to associations, and you'll soon find somebody that you can talk to that doesn't think that you're stir crazy, that actually really listens. Because what you tell me as a patient is very important. Okay, it's very important. I'm not going to think about it and think, is this person crazy? Because I'm not quite sure what you're going through. Because I remember what I went through, and I used to hate the fact to think that someone thought I was crazy when I really had this symptom. And that's the hard part, is when no one listens to you. Okay, but there are people that will listen. You just have to find them. Thanks for the question.